Well, this was not one of my brighter moments. I got my bill paid. Deb seemed pretty surprised to see me here before the first of the month. I told her I'd come by at 1:15 and that forgot that she didn't open at 2 and I got to be to work at 2. I was here on a early lunch break. I really want to get this back on an auto pay on my credit card, but I'm still not that solidly ahead on my credit cards, unfortunately. Wow. Ministry, every day is Halloween. Nice. I had asked Kimmy to sing that. I can't remember whether it was Saturday night or whether it was Friday night at Wander Inn. But one of the nights I asked her to sing it, and I was really bummed she didn't have it. Because that's certainly a fun one to sing for karaoke when it's around Halloween. So yeah, I rolled in there and I thought I would unload my monitor and my keyboard that I grabbed there to DJ the party with. And while I was at it, unload it's not a lot of it, but there's been some recycling that has accumulated in the car since I last emptied it on Saturday. And I don't have the keys to my storage with me. I'm pretty sure they're sitting on my desk at home. But yeah, I was carrying them with me, and then I guess I decided I didn't need them. But yeah, when I pulled around and did that stuff, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have the keys for this. Well, that sucks. And that's why I used to keep the one key ring, which I recently found, that has all my storage keys and all my extra keys to locks and padlocks and that sort of thing. And then on my regular key for my house, I would have just the key to my main storage unit. Oh well. Not a huge deal, but God, it would have been nice to get that shit out of the car while I was here and while it was open. So I think my lunch break is about half over. I'm just kind of headed back to work. I think it's going to be most efficient to go through the airport. I don't understand why that van is just sitting there parked. That is not a parking spot. That was a Jet Limousines van. I do need to get diligent about finding other sources of income, because I got really lucky that that party happened when it did, and that covered my bills. But I definitely need to step up my income this month. I keep getting reminder texts to finish signing up for Draver. But now there's another Obama phone tent. And the other day when I was driving around with Michelle, I couldn't find any of those tents. And I've found 2 since I was with her. And of course now she's not calling me at all. I don't know, I guess I just made her feel too uncomfortable, or I seemed too uncomfortable. I don't know. I still want to help her out and get her into a phone, but I don't know, I feel kind of weird just showing up and knocking on her door. But without her having a phone, it's not like I have a way to call her. And I tried calling the number she said to call her, and that just got an answering machine that said they'd call within 24 hours, and I haven't had a return call. So yeah, that's obviously a dead end. Vehicle in front of me reminds me, today I drove kind of an odd Toyota. I'm assuming it was a couple years old. It's not one that I've seen as long. It's certainly not something I recall ever driving as long as I've been at Hertz. And I forget what the heck it was called. It had a three-letter model name, starting with a C. At least I think it started with a C. And I don't know, it kind of was shaped like a crossover, but it was a subcompact. And the windows and the back doors were tiny. It had the weirdest handles for the back doors that were up in the corner of the door where you think the window would be, but the window didn't take up that much. And I popped it open just to see what the hell the back seat looked like, since it was such an odd shape for a car. The thing almost looked like a little space pod or something. And it seemed to have adequate space in the back seat. Like, it didn't look like it would be overly crampy or anything like some small cars are in the back seat, or even some not small cars. The Polestar 2 is shockingly crampy in the back seat. Okay, I guess I'm not going through the airport. What the hell? Cops are preventing me from getting to work, damn it. What that's about. I don't think that light to the left will get me into the airport in any way. Well, now I'm not sure how the hell I'm getting back. God, I wish I could just drop by Rob's shop since I'm going this way and give him money, but I don't know until I get my rent paid where I'm sitting. I haven't really figured out where I'm sitting with money at the end of the month. I'm just kind of hanging on and hoping everything's enough. I haven't really sat down and crunched the numbers, so I don't dare hand him any cash right now. So anyway, yeah, that little Honda, it was kind of, it looked like a space pod of sorts. And it did seem like it would be oddly dark in the back seat. Like, if you were riding in the back seat of it, you wouldn't have much of a view outside the vehicle, because it didn't have like normal full windows in the back doors. Most of the back doors was kind of closed off. Hard to describe, but odd. I enjoyed driving it. I've always liked driving subcompact cars. I like the small maneuverability, being able to fit in and out of tight spaces aspect of it. And of course, those tend to be the most efficient cars as well. What? I think I'm going to the left. I might regret this decision later, but I think I'm going to go north on the 143 and see if I can take the airport exit from there. And hopefully that's not blocked off by cops. Since apparently getting on the 143 to go down to the 10 is blocked by construction. Yeah, I generally avoid this area because of all the construction and the curve project. All right, off to the left, I see a Valley Metro not in service bus. And that looks like one of those super luxurious buses that they use for one of the express routes that goes way out west, like Buckeye or Goodyear. It's a damn nice bus. So my guess is it's probably coming from the contractor bus yard that's over where 52nd Street turns into Rio Salado Parkway. Well, I'm glad I came here and was able to see that the on-ramp going south is completely gone, as opposed to sometime when I'm actually trying to use it. Wow, it looks so different over here than the last time I was over here. Looking to the right, probably not much anything my camera is catching. But yeah, they got a new retaining wall on this side for the highway going to the south. I really thought they were going to widen this overpass, but it doesn't look like that's part of the plan. And the entire southbound on-ramp, that whole area is just all opened up. They're moving the dirt around to prepare for whatever they're putting there. All right, I really hope I can get into the airport going this direction. I mean, I'm not too terribly worried about being late for the break. Nobody seems to really pay attention to me anymore. Although on my way out, as I mentioned, I did see the cute gal who usually has the crazy nails, although she don't have the crazy nails right now. And I did give her a heads up what's going on, that I had lost Steve, but that I had told her, that I had already told Steve that I was going to be leaving on a lunch break at 4 because I needed to go pay my storage rent. I told her that I'd gone. I don't know if I told her that earlier, but anyway, I told her that was my agenda. I just needed to go drop off the money order and be right back. And road work. Thank you. The exit onto, oh good God. The exit onto the freeway is open, or onto the airport is open. I'm glad I looked off to the right. Sky Harbor Boulevard, where it goes under this freeway, is in absolute gridlock. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, that explains why the police had it closed off. I mean, I could have taken that ramp, but I would have just been stuck in that gridlock. And that's not conducive for me getting back to work. I wish I wasn't out of data on all my damn phones, because then I could use Google Maps to figure out what's going on. I don't know, maybe I can use my throttle data on Obama Phone 5 to figure it out. I hate this phone. Like, just unlocking it and it just spawned a browser trying to go to that G21 News bullshit. I've yet to find any way to take that off of this phone or disable it. It's really annoying. It's really annoying that the people that have the government phone contracts are allowed to put that kind of bullshit on the phones. Well, it's loading Google Maps very slowly. And my attempt to zoom out on the map is not working. Oh, there it goes. And now I got a green light, so I can't even mess with it. Well, I know going through Sky Harbor is not an option. I know I don't want to be on Washington Street, continuing westbound. Okay, there's somebody getting ready to trigger the left turn arrow, so I think I'm going to get behind him. Since that SUV is there, this green left arrow should happen before the green straight light goes. All right, there's an accident on the westbound 202 from the 143 to the mini stack. The 202 is absolutely red. I'm not seeing any red on Washington, and that's surprising. There's also an accident down at the split, and the 10 in both directions from the 143 to the split is red. I do see the backup on Sky Harbor Way where it goes underneath the 143 and going into the airport, but it's not showing me any traffic in the airport. Oh yes, I had to zoom in a little farther to see it. Yeah, it's red all the way through the entire terminal area. I'm not seeing that much red on Washington though, so maybe that was just a temporary thing and it's already relieved itself. That's fine. I'm already pretty much committed to going this direction. The lane markings right here are very faded and hard to see. Oh, it's 4:31. I should be back at work right now. You know, and I got to U-Store so fast. I didn't expect all these traffic snags just trying to get back. to work. This is crazy. Frustrating. Still upsets me how this entire street has parking restrictions after, I think it's 8 p.m. Because this would be a perfect place for me to park and just take the SkyTrain into work if I was allowed to stay parked there until midnight. Wasted fuel and time. All these stupid detours. You know, I'm thinking at this point I would have been ahead. Well, no, never mind. I was thinking I would have been ahead to stay on University and take it all the way to I-10 and then take I-10 to Buckeye. But yeah, I just looked at the traffic view, and I would have been stuck in that gridlock approaching the split. It's wild that there's an accident in the split and there's an accident on 202, because that cripples pretty much all the freeways in this area. But hey, there's no traffic on Air Lane. And the funny thing is, I was considering Air Lane from the start. I was like, no, it'd be quicker to go through the airport. How wrong I was. Yeah, there's never any traffic to speak of on Air Lane. Now, what I find is the most difficult part of using Air Lane is just the senseless red left arrow to turn left onto 32nd Street. Sometimes that takes a really long time, and I'll be sitting at that red left arrow and there's literally no other cars at all, because this is functionally on the edge of nowhere. Currently 79 degrees. It's pretty nice outside today. It was really windy early on, but not so much now. Can't believe it's taking me this long just to go from work to U-Store and back. And I've had to do all that extra driving because of dysfunctional traffic and unexpected closures. Well, at least I'll be able to eat my sandwich with Steve driving. I got a feeling there's going to be a good portion of tonight that is spent just joyriding with Steve. And you know, I'm a lot more deliberate about staying on task when I'm driving a Shag, but I figure when I'm riding shotgun, it's really not on me. I'm not the one driving, I'm just riding shotgun. This is another one of those lights that sometimes is annoyingly long. There's hardly any traffic to speak of on 24th Street either. I find it interesting how some streets will just have no traffic on them in this area, while the freeways and some of the other arterials will be an absolute gridlock. I mean, I get Sky Harbor Boulevard going through the terminals. Obviously, the airport is really busy right now, and that just is what it is. That's not really a normal street. Yeah, I-10 and 202 both completely gridlocked. Hardly any traffic to speak of here on 24th Street. Nobody thinks to get off I-10 and use 24th Street because their GPS doesn't tell them to do that. Well, the 10 isn't completely gridlocked going over Sky Harbor. I forget what the heck this was called. Sky Harbor Way or Sky Harbor Loop or something like that. This is the area where that one woman who was coming to pick up the woman who was asking me to help her find where the pickup area was looping around in, and she was so lost. And it probably doesn't help that I can never remember the name of this road that I'm on here. And different people read this sign differently, as it has so many directional prefixes and suffixes on it. I want to look at what the sign actually says. Unfortunately, my vision isn't good enough to see it. And the woman probably wasn't reading, you know, and come to think of it, the woman probably wasn't reading the street sign. She was probably looking at her GPS. She was saying, no, it does say Sky Harbor Circle East. This sign most certainly does say Sky Harbor Circle East. That makes no sense. Both signs say Sky Harbor Circle with an E. And there is no Sky Harbor Circle East. It's Sky Harbor Circle North and Sky Harbor Circle South. And they're both east Sky Harbor Circle North and east Sky Harbor Circle South. But sure as shit, that street sign says Sky Harbor Circle East, which is nonsensical because that's the west side of Sky Harbor Circle. No wonder what she was saying to me made no sense. Those street signs make no sense. Somebody should probably bring that to the attention of the city of Phoenix. Well, once I got back on track, didn't take me too long to get here. 4:41. So yeah, I'm like 10 minutes late. Oh well. Shoot. Spots on the right are inaccessible. Oh. Hi, thanks for coming with me on the drive on this silly diversion and massive waste of fuel and time. I feel I could have done this run faster on a goddamn electric scooter.